Have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions, barely getting by mentally and emotionally? You're not alone. Many of us struggle with taking the time to care for ourselves in meaningful ways, often distracted by work, family, and other daily pressures. Today, we'll dive into 5 simple, powerful habits to boost your mental well-being right now, especially if you're feeling down and not at your best. Don't give up hope. This video can help you restore your true power and hope for the future. Welcome to Timeless Health. Today we're focusing on mental health, a topic that's too often overlooked. Mental health is absolutely vital for overall well-being, yet is often put aside due to other pressing concerns in life. While self-care has become popular, not all of the trends you may have heard actually help. Stick with us to find 5 practical, science-backed ways to feel better and more resilient today. And we'll also dispel much of the common wisdom that isn't so wise after all. The truth is, we live in a world that pressures us to always appear calm, to stay positive no matter what. Sometimes we're told to smile through the stress, brush off any struggles, or keep our struggles private. But these so-called quick fixes and surface-level self-care trends often do more harm than good. Whether your approach is pretending to be positive, isolating yourself, or binge-watching videos to escape reality, ignoring your mental health can leave us feeling isolated and overwhelmed. Let's break down some of the most common mental health pain points people experience. Many of us often feel isolated. Even when surrounded by people, we may feel alone, despite having family or friends around. This feeling isn't just about physical loneliness, it's about emotional loneliness. We might feel that no one truly understands our struggles or that others won't accept us if they knew how we were really feeling. In today's world, where we communicate so much through texts, instant messaging, and emails, the quality of our connections often suffers. This lack of true connection can leave us feeling unseen, misunderstood, and ultimately unsupported. Another common approach is trying to be overly positive. While having a positive mindset is valuable, the push for relentless positivity can make it seem like we're supposed to be happy all the time. This striving for good vibes all the time can be harmful because it doesn't leave room for us to process our negative emotions. When people say things like, just stay positive, or don't worry, it could be worse, it can feel dismissive and invalidating. We may start to believe that feeling anything other than happiness is wrong, which can add to our guilt and shame. Mental exhaustion is another issue. In our pursuit of self-improvement, we're often bombarded with information, self-help books, online courses, and endless advice. While some of it may be helpful, too much can make us feel overwhelmed and like we're never doing enough. This constant pressure to improve ourselves can turn self-care into a chore, where we feel we must always be trying to fix ourselves rather than accepting and nurturing who we are. At its extreme, it can even become self-destructive, where we see ourselves as lazy and never good enough. Many of us look for quick fixes. After all, no one likes to feel out of control, frustrated, or hopeless. Sometimes we turn to temporary distractions like binge-watching shows, endlessly scrolling on social media, or eating comfort food to cope with our emotions. While these quick fixes may give short-term relief, they don't address the underlying issues, and often they can make problems worse by avoiding what needs to be done to feel better. These behaviors often leave us feeling guilty or more disconnected afterward, creating a cycle of avoidance and dissatisfaction. Finally, we can experience physical symptoms tied to our mental stress because our minds and bodies are deeply connected. When we ignore our mental health, it can show up in physical ways, such as insomnia, headaches, digestive issues, or chronic fatigue. These symptoms not only disrupt our lives but can also become stressors in themselves, making it even harder to relax or enjoy life. Does any of this sound familiar? The truth is, these pain points are more common than we realize. Most of us experience mental health challenges and symptoms from time to time, but here's the good news. There are ways to address each of these issues with simple, intentional actions that prioritize your mental well-being. It's especially important to solve these issues if you've been experiencing them for a long time. Let's walk through 5 powerful self-care tips designed to tackle these challenges head-on in a positive and lasting way. First, prioritize genuine connections with others. Feeling isolated is a common issue, even in a world more connected than ever. Much of this electronic connection, however, is surface level and doesn't create a deep bond or connection with others. While having lots of friends in your life can be great, the quality of these relationships matters more than quantity. Genuine connection means sharing yourself authentically and having open, honest conversations, and being open to hearing others speak about their thoughts and feelings too. Sometimes all it takes is reaching out to one person you trust and letting them know how you're really feeling. You don't need to dive into deep, uncomfortable topics right away. Just take it one step at a time. For example, start by asking, "How have you been lately?" Or, "What's on your mind these days?" Take time to connect by asking people how they are, and in turn, good friends will want to know you and support you too. In case you don't believe it, here's some scientific evidence on this approach. Studies from the American Journal of Lifestyle Medicine show that social connections not only enhance emotional well-being, but can also improve physical health by lowering blood pressure, boosting immune function, and decreasing risks of chronic diseases. Also, the Harvard study of adult development, one of the longest studies on happiness, found that strong relationships are a key to happiness and longevity. If in-person connection feels overwhelming to you, try sending a voice message or having a short video call with a friend. Having that face-to-face time, whether in person or by video call, can really make a difference. If finding someone you trust seems challenging, consider joining a supportive group centered around a shared interest or hobby. These common interest communities can foster a sense of belonging, which combats loneliness and boosts mental resilience. Here's something you can do right away. Make it a habit to connect with someone weekly, whether it's a friend, family member, or support group member. This regularity builds trust and helps sustain your mental health, because having a dependable network of people reminds us that we're not alone. There's always something there, and many people may be looking for someone like you too. Second, consider embracing a sense of mindful self-awareness. If this idea is new to you, understand that mindfulness isn't just about meditating. Mindfulness is about tuning into your feelings and thoughts without self-judgment. When emotions like frustration or sadness come up, rather than pushing them away and judging yourself for having these negative emotions, take a moment to recognize them. Accept them as they are. Practicing self-awareness doesn't mean analyzing every thought. You just want to observe them as they are, becoming more aware of the feelings you have throughout the day. This awareness can help you better understand your emotional triggers and to manage them more effectively. To support this mindful self-awareness approach, research published in the Frontiers in Human Neuroscience journal reveals that mindfulness practices strengthen the prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for emotional regulation and focus. And a study from Social Cognitive and Affective Neuroscience publication found that regular mindfulness practices help individuals process negative emotions without being overwhelmed, ultimately reducing symptoms of anxiety and depression. By acknowledging emotions instead of suppressing them, you create space to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. It's okay to feel so-called negative emotions. Once you accept them within yourself, rather than pushing them away, they tend to lose their power and allow you to move forward in more positive ways. Try this. Set aside 5 minutes each day to reflect on your emotions. Use prompts like, "What am I feeling right now?" Or "How did this day impact me?" Or even, "How did I respond to today's challenges?" If you'd like, jot down a few sentences in a journal, or use a voice recorder to speak your thoughts out loud. This simple act can bring surprising clarity and help you process complex feelings. You may just find out that things aren't as bad as you were feeling just moments ago. A third solution is to spend time in nature. In a world full of notifications, emails, and online content, stepping outside can be the perfect antidote. Being in nature allows your mind to disconnect from digital overstimulation and reset your mind, helping to combat information overload. Studies show that spending time outdoors reduces levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, and can enhance your mood, creativity, and focus. In fact, research in the Environmental Health and Preventive Medicine journal supports the concept of forest bathing, or spending time in natural settings. Studies have shown that this simple practice reduces cortisol levels and helps alleviate anxiety and depressive symptoms. In fact, this practice is so effective that there is a Japanese term, Shinrin-yoku, that means forest bathing. When practicing forest bathing, walk into nature being calm and quiet, and immerse yourself in the sights and sounds of nature rather than listening to a podcast or having a conversation on your phone. There's another study in the Journal of Environmental Psychology that demonstrated that as little as 20 minutes in nature improves mood and enhances focus, offering a mental break from constant digital information overload. Even viewing images of nature has been shown to reduce anxiety and increase happiness, as reported in the journal Scientific Reports. So if you only have a few minutes, search for peaceful videos or images on your computer and see yourself as if you were there in the picture. If you can, spend 20 minutes outdoors every day to gain this calming benefit. If going outside isn't possible, consider bringing elements of nature indoors with houseplants or nature-themed decor, and consider surrounding yourself with pictures of nature. You can also include smells of nature with a naturally scented candle or a calming essential oil. These small touches can help create a calming environment in a busy workspace or at home. Idea number 4 is to move your body. We often hear about exercise for physical health, but it's just as essential for mental well-being. Movement releases endorphins, which naturally reduce stress and elevate your mood. This doesn't mean you need to go to the gym or follow a rigorous fitness plan. Gentle movement like yoga, stretching, or even dance can make a huge difference in how you feel. Use movement to relieve your physical pain and mental tension. After many years of scientific analysis, exercise is now well documented as a powerful tool for mental health. A study in the Journal of Clinical Psychiatry found that regular physical activity can significantly reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. Exercise triggers the release of serotonin and dopamine, neurotransmitters that improve mood and regulate emotional responses, as noted in the Psychology of Sport and Exercise magazine. For many, even short, consistent exercise routines can lead to a profound shift in mental well-being over time. To try this in your life, incorporate movement into your daily routines. If you're working at a desk, take short breaks every hour to stand up and stretch. You can even stretch in a seated position if that's easier for you. If you have a few more minutes, consider walking around the block or going for a light jog. If you enjoy music, put on a favorite song and dance around for a few minutes. So what if people think you're a little strange? These small activities help break up the day and provide a mental reset. Finally, the last tip is to practice gratitude. In times of stress, it's natural to seek comfort through quick distractions. A gratitude practice can provide more lasting fulfillment than quick fixes that may not have positive long-term benefits. When we reflect on what we're thankful for, it trains our brain to focus on the positive aspects of our lives, no matter how small they may seem. Research published in the Personality and Individual Differences Journal documented that gratitude practices can improve overall life satisfaction, boost mental resilience, and lead to greater happiness. Additionally, studies from the Journal of Positive Psychology show that keeping a gratitude journal rewires neural pathways, making it easier to see positive aspects of life rather than dwelling on negatives. By spending just a few minutes each day reflecting on what's going well, you remind yourself of sources of support and contentment, which can have a lasting impact on mental health. After all, you have the resources right now to be watching this video, to have enough food to eat and clean water to drink. And you probably have much more to be thankful for too. A suggestion to add this tip into your life is to start each day with a simple gratitude exercise. Write down 3 things you're grateful for in the morning, and in the evening, reflect on one good thing that happened that day. This simple and regular focus on gratitude can help counteract the urge to turn to temporary distractions for happiness. Isn't your mental health worth 30 seconds twice a day? Let's recap what we're covered in this video. We've explored some common struggles with mental health, such as feelings of isolation, the pressure of toxic positivity, mental exhaustion, reliance on quick fixes, and physical symptoms tied to stress. We saw that each of these challenges can be addressed through genuine connection, mindful self-awareness, time in nature, movement, and gratitude. Real self-care is about meeting your unique needs, not following trends or quick fixes. So, pick the ones that work for you. You don't need to do them all at once. Pick one or two and try them out for 30 days. Feel the difference it makes in your life and in the lives of the people you interact with on a daily basis. If you found these mental health insights helpful, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Timeless Health. And let us know your thoughts in the comments. Which of these habits will you try first? And remember, taking care of your mental health is an ongoing journey. Be gentle with yourself and honor yourself as the unique individual you are every day. Thank you for watching, and here's to feeling better, one day at a time.